Hello, my name is Monica Levin, and today for the creative project number 3, I will be interviewing Emerson Pugh. So Emerson, we're going to start with a few activities, and then I'm going to ask you a few questions. There are no wrong answers at all. So, sound good?
Yeah.
Perfect. Is this fair?
No.
All right. What about now?
No.
Why not?
Because this is still half of yours.
What are you talking about? We both have 2. Oh. Okay. What about now?
Now that's fair.
Okay. It's fair, guys. Okay, Emerson. Which row has more? This one, or are they both the same?
They're the same.
Okay. Which row has more? This one, or are they both the same?
They're still the same.
Why?
Even though there's a gap, they're still the same amount. You can do this with these.
Oh. Okay. Cool. Okay. There's 2 balls of Play-Doh here. Would you say this one has more, this one has more, or are they relatively the same?
They're relatively the same.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
Okay, now that one's smaller.
Would you say this one has more, or are they relatively the same?
They're still relatively the same.
Why do you say that? This one's shorter.
You can roll it up into a ball. Just like that was. Now look at them.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, what if I do this?
Flying saucer
Okay.
pose.
Which one has more? This one or this one? Or are they the same?
They're still the same.
Why? I don't understand.
Just a second. It too can be smashed.
Okay. For the viewers at home, whose is better? My beautiful giraffe
This is
or
my dolphin.
Emerson's dumb dolphin? Mine's better.
Hey!
Alright, want to see a magic trick?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this disappear.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Are you ready? No wrong answers. We'll start with Kev's classic question.
Which is
What causes seasons?
where the sun is.
Where the sun is, can you explain?
And, well, like, here. We'll use the Play-Doh to explain.
okay.
The smaller one's Earth.
Okay,
And the flat side is where we are.
okay.
So, if the sun's here, then it's summer. And then the Earth rotates as it goes around. So now it would be fall or spring because it's not completely facing it. And then when the flat side or where we are is facing away from the sun because it rotates while it goes around, it is colder because it doesn't have the sun heating it up, so it's winter.
Like, what is daytime in the summer versus daytime in the winter, according to the sun and the earth?
So, the earth blocks out the moon comes and blocks out some sun during the night.
Okay. Sounds good. What causes earthquakes?
So underneath the earth, there's these tectonic plates, I think is the scientific name.
Okay.
And
Well, this is
so
boring.
I think it's when they crash into each other or when they move apart. I think it's when they move apart. Like if it's like this and then they go whap, that causes an earthquake.
Okay, so what do you think happens when two tectonic plates crash together?
They form a mountain. And they also spray magma out.
What do you mean? How does magma just form?
Magma is underneath the tectonic plates.
Oh, okay, cool. So why does it rain?
It rains because the water starts in this lake and then it evaporates and goes up and then it condenses and becomes a cloud. And then as the water gets heavier, then gravity can take hold of it once it's heavy enough and it comes back down.
Okay, so what's the difference between rain and snow?
Snow is from, I think, higher up clouds, and so it starts to get frozen as it comes down
Why does it freeze?
because it's cold higher up.
Why is it cold higher up?
I don't know.
You don't know? What do you think?
There's less. Well, clouds might insulate a place, so if it's just like, kind of just like up here, so there aren't other clouds on top of it, then it's colder.
What do you mean?
The clouds keep in the heat of a place. Like, you know how houses, you want to keep the doors closed, or else all the cold air can come in?
Uh-huh.
The clouds kind of work like the doors.
So the next question is, which is heavier, a pound of steel or a pound of feathers?
A pound of steel.
Why?
Feathers are lighter.
Feathers are lighter. So a pound of steel is heavier than a pound of feathers?
Yeah.
Okay. What is a pound?
It's an amount of things.
What do you mean?
Like, it's how much of something there
Okay.
is.
So, with your definition of weight, or of pounds, which is heavier, 1 pound of steel or 1 pound of feathers?
1 pound of steel.
Okay. Because steel is heavier than feathers.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think the distance is between here and the moon? Well, let's start easy. What do you think the distance is between here and your school?
4 miles?
Okay, so what do you think the distance is between here and Steamboat?
10 miles?
10 miles? Okay, how long does it take for you to get from here to school usually?
10 minutes?
10 minutes? How long does it take to get from here to Steamboat if there isn't a fire?
3 hours?
About 3 hours? Okay. And you think the distance between here and school is
Actually-
4 miles?
Yeah, but then Steamboat would be farther, I think.
Okay, so what do you think the distance is between here and Steamboat?
30 miles?
30 miles? Okay. So, with that kind of knowledge, what do you think the distance is between here and the moon?
100 light years?
100 light years? Okay, in miles.
Okay, a lot more. 1,000 miles?
1,000 miles? Okay. So, what do you think the distance is between here and Hawaii? Which is what, like an 8-hour plane ride?
100?
100 miles? Okay, that's a lot. 100 is a lot. It's a big number.